It's such a pleasure to be here today among so many dedicated professionals and fellow Leadership Manatee graduates. For those joining us that might not have been familiar with Leadership Manatee, it's a 7-month program designed to educate and inspire emerging and established leaders by giving them a behind-the-scenes look at the people, places, and issues that shape our community. From government and education to healthcare and agriculture, participants gain a broader understanding of how Manatee County functions and how they can make an impact. This past year, I had the privilege of helping guide the 41st class on their leadership journey. It was incredibly rewarding to watch them grow, build connections, and engage with our community in meaningful ways. We celebrated their graduation in April, bringing our total number of Leadership Manatee alumni to 1,460 members. Yep. A powerful network of engaged citizens committed to making a difference. Applications for the 2025 to 2026 class are now open through Tuesday, May 27th, and we would love your help in spreading the word. Our alumni are our strongest referral source, and your recommendation can help shape the next generation of Manatee County. Thank you for all your continued support and for being leaders, advocates, and champions of our community. I'd now like to ask Dr. Paul Gansemer to come up to say a couple of words about our Junior Leadership Manatee program.
Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all, bright, shiny faces and a good meal today. Had a chance to know some of you in the room. Those who don't know me, my name is Paul Gansberg. I work with the school district. And at the school district, I'm the executive director for adult career and technical education. So if you need anything with any of the technical programs or want to do some business partnerships, I'm here today, we can see you. So congratulations to Jackie. She's great at what she does. I can say that my office and her office look the same, but that just means that she's very busy doing a lot of great things. And every time I talk to her, her brain's going to 6,000 miles per hour. So who has time to put paper away? I know exactly where it is. It's right here. So congratulations, Jackie, for all that you do. You're awesome. I was asked to share about Junior Leadership Manatee. Have to slow down a little bit. So as you look at your program, I am not Lindy Rummery. We look nothing alike, but I want to let you know that she was not able to be here today. She is traveling, so she asked me to come and speak on behalf of Junior Leadership Manatee. So she is our current president who is stepping out, and I will be the president for Junior Leadership Manatee for next year. So anything with that, we're looking forward to going with it. So I think I was in Leadership Manatee 2 years ago. I can't remember. I know I was a blue shirt. I remember that much of it, so go blue. So, you know, they say 3 things happen to you when you get older. The first one is you lose your memory, and I can never remember the other 2 things. So I've been told my jokes are horrible, but my kids still love them because they're dad jokes. So, but with Junior Leadership Manatee, we had about 35 participants this year from charter, from public, and from private schools. They had a chance to have 6 days to do the same opportunities that we do with Leadership Manatee. Of course, with the 3 hurricanes this year, we had a chance to reschedule 2 or 3 times. So they didn't get a chance to get every single thing we want to do because as we rescheduled, some of the days didn't sit correctly to where we could participate. So this year, we're going to add 5 more members to our board. So they came from Leadership Manatee, this past cohort who just graduated. So we're looking forward to adding them to our team. But we do have 3 people who are retiring from our team. And I just want to give them notice too, because they did a great job with Leadership Manatee from, I'll say, 2 or 3 years up to 8 or 10 years. So Frank Santora, Stanley Schaefer, and John Mullis will be stepping down off of our board. But we wanted to thank them for all that they have done for Junior Leadership Manatee. We can give a round of applause. We did have graduation about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so the students did get a chance to have a nice graduation. And I think they really enjoyed it. We have asked them to pass on to their friends who are sophomores this year to be able to apply. So I am also up here to say, please have anyone who's going to be a junior in high school next year, have them apply. They can go to the Junior Leadership Manatee website to be able to do the application. And that will be open until July 31st. And as you know, just as it is as important for all of us in here, it's important for the students to have that opportunity to be able to meet and greet, shake hands, get to know each other from the different schools. But it's also really important for them to know our community and to know you. Because I know when I went to high school, I was worried about high school and doing all that stuff. I wasn't worried about driving here and learning about the community. So this is a great thing for them to learn about the community. So I want to thank Leadership Manatee alumni for sponsoring us, Junior Leadership Manatee, for all that you do. And we want to thank you all for your support and encourage those students to apply for next year. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming Eric Shulz to give a few words about Kent.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Shulz, and it is an incredible honor to be standing here today to give us a few words about my father. First off, I want to thank Manatee Chamber of Commerce and Leadership Manatee Alumni Association for keeping my father's legacy alive in such a meaningful way with this award. I also want to thank fellow St. Stephen's coach Trey Horn for asking me to speak today. It's funny he asked me because the first time I spoke at this a handful of years ago, his father, Trey Horn, was winning the award. And I remember not knowing exactly, I hadn't been to one yet, didn't know exactly what went into it, but when I walked in and asked who was winning, they pointed to John Horn, and I was like, the guy in the shorts, and as everyone knows, he's always wearing shorts. I said, okay, that's cool. And I also remember thinking it was such a cool professional event, not only to honor my dad's legacy, but he made sure that there were margaritas at every table, which I thought was pretty cool. So as many of you know, my mom and dad met at college at SMU. He was a Fiji, and my mom, like Jacki, was a Tri-Delt. They met on a date function, and after that, they dated ever since. So they went back to St. Louis, where Kent was born, and when they moved to Bradenton about a year later, they opened the first Blockbuster video stores. They started with 2 stores, and since then expanded to over 12 stores when it was up and running. So although my father was only in the community 5 years, he seemed to make quite an impact and something that my brother and I, Logan, don't remember, but we get to hear everything when we come to these events and talk with you guys, which is amazing. So as we go through some of the attributes about him, which we usually do in these speeches, I wanted to take us back and hopefully get some nostalgia, and we'll imagine we're in a Blockbuster video store back in the 90s. So quick show of hands, not to age anyone, who would be walking through a Blockbuster video store back in the 90s? I know I'm one of them. So the year's 1991, my mom and dad just opened up their first 2 stores. It's a Friday night, and we're picking out our favorite movies to watch for the weekend. As we browse the shelves, we already have our candy in hand, maybe some Warheads or some Crybaby bubblegum. And we come across one of the famous films of the year in 1991, Boys in the Hood. In this film, one of the best father figures and someone who cares about inspiring the youth, Lawrence Fishburne, plays Furious Styles, who is always mentoring Ice Cube and Cuba Gooding Jr. Like Furious Styles, my father was someone who was always described as someone who loved the people around him and had a great affinity for helping guide the youth in the community. My father made Blockbuster stores safe havens for children. Reviewing a letter to my mother that I was going through before this from 2006 award winner John Vita, from John Vita, he said one of his fondest memories of my dad was in the Big Buddy program that they did to help boys who were having a hard time. He said my father was always someone who got the group motivated and kept things light. Thank you, John, for that letter. It was amazing to go back and read it. Furious Styles says in the movie, it all starts with the way we treat our children, and I believe my dad echoed that sentiment. Fast forward in the year 1994, my father and mother expanded the Blockbuster franchise, and my dad continued to get more involved in the community. So as we look for a movie tonight, we got our Dunkaroos and Push Pops in hand this time. We are looking for someone with education on the mind. We pass by Billy Madison, and we end up picking out With Honors, starring Joe Pesci and Brendan Fraser. Throughout the film, Joe Pesci's character teaches Fraser's many life lessons centered around education. Looking back at my father's Leadership Manatee application that he did in 1991, he listed one of the big 3 problems in Manatee County that he wanted to focus on was education. He said in it, it is our duty to ensure a strong foundational education for our kids during their primary years, and it is our obligation to equip them with the proper tools to become productive members of our society. In another letter that I found to my brother Logan and myself, Laurie Ann Harris, county commissioner at the time, said that my father and her joined the board of a new program launch called Community Cornerstone. It was based at Daughtry Elementary, And it involved getting kids in the community and educating them on why education is important. She said he was someone who always had a smile on his face and changed many young lives through education, encouragement, and mentorship. Joe Pesci's character says in the movie, "A person's worth isn't measured by the size of their resume, but by the size of their heart." Thank you, Laurie, for helping remind us of our dad's contribution to education and how much he cared about the kids. Our last trip to Blockbuster Video is in 1996, the year my dad passed. We already have our baby bottle pops and Butterfinger BBs in hand. And the movie we come across this weekend is the top grossing film of the year, Independence Day. One of the best descriptions of a leader in this film to me is Thomas J. Whitmore, the president, played by Bill Pullman. Like my father and his battle with cancer, in the movie, everyone is scared about their uncertain future as they prepare to fight the invading aliens. And President Whitmore comes up to give a speech. "We cannot be consumed by our petty differences anymore. We will be united in our common interests." That is what I know this organization is all about and strives to do. Through all the letters I've read from people in this room to my family, and as well as the letters my father wrote about this community, I know people here do their best every day to put their differences aside and unite the common interests of making Manatee County a better place. Thank you, Jacki, for your investment in this community. Your numerous accomplishments and decades of dedication speak volumes to the person you are and how deserving you are of this award. From our entire family to yours, congratulations. Lastly, I recently went through a photo album that my mom gave me with pictures of my dad when I was asked to prepare for the speech. As I was going through the photos and laughing at the old 80s and 90s fashion trends that my dad had on, including very short shorts and questionable multicolored baby outfits that they would put me in, I came across a letter that my dad wrote to friends and family. In this letter, he shared his diagnosis and he gave everyone advice that touched me deeply. He said, "My suggestion would be to live life to the fullest every day. Don't wait to do things or say something to someone, just do it. Smile, laugh, cry, hug, kiss, let your emotions flow." Those words continue to guide me, reminding me that life is too short, not to love deeply, laugh loudly, live fully. Thank you again for continuing to do this and honoring my dad's legacy, and I appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you, Eric, for sharing those heartfelt words. Now I'd like to call Ray Dowling to the stage to say a few words about Jacki.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. It is my distinct honor and heartfelt privilege to introduce the recipient of this year's Kent Shulz Award for Leadership, a woman whose impact has not only shaped our community, but has elevated the very definition of what it means to lead with integrity, humility, and heart, Jacki Dezelski. This award celebrates individuals who lead not just with results, but with character. And Jacki embodies every single quality that true leadership demands. She leads with unshakable integrity, always doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. With deep self-awareness, she brings clarity, intention, and thoughtfulness to every conversation. Her courage is quiet but powerful, standing up, speaking out, and showing up even when the path isn't easy. She shows unwavering respect for people and businesses, balancing strategy with compassion and decisions with empathy. Her resilience is matched only by her compassion, and through it all, she models a rare kind of balance, valuing both work and life, self and service. And yet, if you ask Jacki, she'll tell you this recognition isn't hers alone, because that's who she is, the epitome of a selfless leader. Jacki works tirelessly behind the scenes, always shining the light on others, never seeking credit, and forever championing her team, her community, and the causes she believes in. But don't let her humility fool you. She's a powerhouse. She's as artistic as she is analytical, a rare blend of right brain creativity and left brain precision. She's an excellent writer, a skilled chef, a fierce tennis player who brings tenacity and grace to every court, boardroom, and kitchen she steps into. Jacki's journey of excellence began early. graduating from Manatee High School, where she served as the math club president. In 2023, she was honored as the outstanding alumni of that same school, a full circle moment for someone who never stopped giving back. Since joining the Manatee Chamber of Staff in March of 1996, Jacki's leadership has been nothing short of transformative. She earned her IOM credential from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and made history in 2015 as the first recipient of the Florida Association of Chamber Professionals Chamber Professional of the Year. Under her leadership, the Manatee Chamber has been recognized as a National Chamber of the Year and as a 5-time winner of the Florida Chamber of the Year. These honors are not just plaques on a wall, they're reflections of the vision, discipline, and passion that Jacki brings every single day. When I asked former board chair Jonathan Fleece to provide some insight into Jacki's leadership, he responded with, "Jacki embodies the highest ideals of leadership: grace under pressure, unwavering integrity, visionary thinking, and steadfast dedication. Her poised professionalism and diplomacy elevate every endeavor she touches, while her honesty and loyalty inspire deep trust. As a leader, community partner, and mother, Jacki sets a powerful example of excellence and humanity. This award is a fitting reflection of the remarkable person and leader that she is." When I queried Casey Welch, Assistant Vice President for External Affairs and Government Relations at the University of South Florida, about Jacki's leadership, he related that Jacki has led the chamber in its response to the devastating red tide outbreak and hurricane resiliency needs in our community. She tirelessly advocates for maintaining and expanding our local talent pipeline, and she worked on important economic drivers such as infrastructure, property tax, and the business rent tax. This work has led to these issues being included in parts of major legislation that have passed and positively impacted our way of life in Manatee County, making it a great place to live, work, play, and raise a family. Her leadership extends far beyond her job title. Jacki serves on the board of CareerSource Suncoast, United Way Suncoast, Manatee Healthcare Alliance, and Leadership Manatee, among many others. She's a graduate of Leadership Manatee, class of 1997, and Leadership Florida, Cornerstone, class 38. She's also previously served with METV, Realize Bradenton, Keep Manatee Beautiful, and the Manatee County Gator Club, just to name a few. In 2015, the Women's Resource Center named her Wonder Woman Today. And in 2019, she was recognized as the Wonder Woman of the Day. These titles are more than symbolic. They speak to her strength, her wisdom, and her superhuman ability to lead with heart. When you ask Jacki's team what it's like to work with her, the answers are instant, sincere, and unanimous. She's not just the boss, she's the boss. To her team, Jacki is the kind of leader who sets the tone the moment she walks into the room. She's composed even in chaos. An eloquent speaker and an amazing improviser, she somehow always has just the right words, and more importantly, the right instincts. She's a visionary and a thought leader, someone who sees not just what's ahead, but what's possible. She's forward-thinking, yet grounded. Detailed, yet never micromanaging, and in every decision she makes, you can feel her intelligence, passion, and dedication at work. Jacki leads with her heart as much as her head. She's caring, empathetic, and kind-hearted, never missing a birthday, a milestone, or a chance to lift someone up. She's appreciative of every effort, generous with praise, and fiercely loyal to her team. She's a supportive coach, a confident decision maker, and an empowering presence. She doesn't just lead a team, she builds one. A real one, where everyone feels seen, valued, and inspired. Her staff will tell you Jacki doesn't seek the spotlight, but she makes sure it shines on those around her. She brings out the best in others by expecting the best of herself. She's team-oriented, thoughtful, and deeply respected, not just because of her title, but because of her character. To her team, Jacki isn't just an incredible CEO or an amazing leader. She is quite simply the kind of boss every person wants to have, hopes to have, and the kind of leader every organization dreams of. That's how her staff sees her. That's Jacki. She's a dynamic public speaker, an inspirational mentor, a steadfast friend, and a fearless advocate for this community. So today, we're not just honoring Jacki's incredible accomplishments, we're honoring who she is. A servant leader, a guiding force, and a woman whose legacy will be felt for generations to come. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Kent Shulz Award.
Good afternoon again. It is a privilege to stand before you today as we honor, celebrate, and recognize an outstanding leader, community advocate, and friend, Jacki Dezelski, our 2025 Kent C. Shulz Award recipient. Jacki is someone who never backs down from a challenge, who serves with passion, who leads with integrity, and always keeps her eye on the ball. As president and CEO of the Manatee Chamber of Commerce, she has spent her career ensuring that our businesses, community, and future generations have support, resources, and advocacy they need to succeed. If leadership were a sport, we all know Jacki would win these championships. She plays every match with grace, determination, and the unwavering commitment of excellence. Whether she's rallying for local businesses, serving up new initiatives, or advocating for policies that will strengthen our community, she does it with precision, passion, and the heart of a champion. She understands that success isn't one great shot. It's about the long game, building partnerships and making a lasting impact. And that's exactly what she's done for Manatee County, for Leadership Manatee, and countless people and businesses she has helped thrive. The Kent C. Shulz Award isn't given. It's earned through dedication, leadership, and a deep commitment to service. Kent was an individual who always stepped up, always gave back, and always put the needs of the community above his own. His legacy lives on in this award, and there is no one more deserving to receive it than Jacki Dezelski. Jacki, today we recognize you not just for what you do, but for who you are. A leader, a visionary, a champion for our community. We thank you for the countless hours, tireless efforts, and unwavering dedication that have made a difference in so many lives. And so it is with great pride that we present to you the 2025 Kent C. Shulz Award. You have truly aced this one, and we know that you will continue to serve up success for many years to come. Congratulations. Before Jacki speaks, if I could call Mayor Jean Brown to the stage, please.
Thank you. And just real quick before I read this, one of the things that I think when we look out there and when you talk about the political world, you know, everyone in this room is going to have a different opinion on how something should be done. And you see that. But when you look at every one of us in this room, and I always say this, and especially some people may not always agree with you politically, but we all care about this in our community. There's not one person in this room that wouldn't give back to Manatee County, City of Bradenton. And we're honoring that one person that gets to lead all of us through that in the business world and what she's done for all the years. And, you know, I like the best picture I like so far was the tractor picture when it's up there. So, you know, it looks funny when you go. But we've got a proclamation that I'll read from the City of Bradenton Office of the Mayor, but it's also from our Vice Mayor Kramer and all of our council and all of our staff at the city, because obviously we have a great relationship. They're in a parking garage that we built, and we made sure and built for the chamber to stay. But City of Bradenton Office of the Mayor proclamation. By the virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the City of Bradenton, I do hereby issue this proclamation honoring Jacki Dezelski Day, May 19th, 2025. Whereas Jacki Dezelski serves as president and CEO of the Manatee County Chamber of Commerce, #1 in the world. I say that every time when I'm out at ribbon cuttings and that, because we do have the best. And I even said it in Italy on a chamber trip last week, so we're still celebrating that. Whereas she continuously leads by example with her unwavering service to our community. In addition, Jacki dedicates time to her family and friends and treasures making memories along the way. Whereas Jacki has been the recipient of many outstanding awards, including, which was mentioned earlier, the 2015 Florida Chamber Profession of the Year Award. Whereas she has been a leader and a member of many exceptional boards, including CareerSource, United Way, Bradenton Area Economic Development Council, Leadership Manatee, and the Manatee Healthcare Alliance. Whereas Jacki collaboratively draws individuals together with her spirit, drive, and love for all those that reside and work in the City of Bradenton. Whereas she is committed to fostering a business environment that is family-focused, which allows our city to continue to live up to the motto being the friendly city. Now therefore it be it that resolved that I, Gene Brown, as mayor of the City of Bradenton, Florida, do hereby proclaim May 19th, 2025 as Jacki Dezelski Day, and urge all citizens to extend their heartfelt congratulations to her as well-deserved honor of being the Leadership Manatee Alumni 2025 Kent C. Shulz Award.
Well, Ray, thank you so much. That was not bad at all. So your warning was without merit, but thank you. Just a lot of emotions, as you all know, and especially those of you who are the closest to the Chamber family. When you look at the list of past Kent Shulz Award winners, I know every name on that list, and every one is special to me and holds memories that have formed me into the leader that I am, and have provided opportunities that are just absolutely invaluable and immeasurable. Thank you so much to the Shulz family and the Conard family. It means so much that you help us remember the legacy of Kent and what he meant and what his example will continue to mean. Thank you so much to the Alumni Association for this incredible honor, somewhat uncomfortable, so really uncomfortable. But really, to join the list of past recipients is truly a pinnacle. And again, looking at the list that's printed in your program, many of the past Kent Shulz honorees are here today. So if you are a past Kent Shulz honoree, would you please stand and let us honor you and what you have built in this community and how you've impacted me. So my tennis coach, Bernie, I was texting with him this morning because I was sending him snippets of my speech, and my team knows I don't write speeches. I like a couple of bullet points and to just go with it, but I did actually type out full sentences. Y'all might be a little shocked about that. But in talking to my coach, I just started really playing tennis again a few years ago. You probably saw the softball photo. I really grew up a softball player, so overcoming that muscle memory has not been easy when it comes to translating to my tennis game. But Coach is always telling me that my best tennis is still ahead of me. And so I'm going to use that as a metaphor to share a few thoughts and most importantly, my thanks. And for that to be true, for my best tennis to still be ahead of me, and the tennis euphemism for anything that you all might be thinking about in your life that you want to be still the best ahead of you. For my best tennis to still be ahead of me, I have to have started in the first place, right? Having the courage and the thought and the inspiration to start with the right opportunities, the right tools, the right mindset, and the right enthusiasm. Certainly my gratitude for having me start rests with my parents, my mom, and my dad. The incredible example of my grandparents, and yes, that is a tractor, and that is me on that. And I have two grandmothers who lived to 99, so y'all watch out. I'm gonna be around for a while still, only 54. My sister, she's a rock, and she's my rock. To friends who I've had since childhood, several of whom are here today, and how lucky am I to have their support and their love for more than 40 years of friendship. To Mike and my kiddos, Micah and Lucy. Mike and Micah are working hard to get Micah across the finish line today with exams starting at Manatee High, prepping for those. But Lucy was able to join me today, so sweet baby, I love you. You guys are my entire world. So for my best tennis to still be ahead of me, I have to be willing to show up at the courts, put the time in, listen to my coaches, and find role models. Who knew that an ad, a help wanted ad, in the Bradenton Herald Classifieds in 1996 would start me on a path that was built and still being built by the very best people in our community. It was an ad for a part-time job at the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. So yes, my first role at the chamber was part-time. I worked my butt off, and I was scared almost every day. But I was surrounded by the most amazing people during that first chapter and beyond, especially Bob Bartz, Marie Pender, Neil Spiritus, and Nancy Engel, who are here today, the true dream team back in the 90s and 2000s in the chamber. You truly all have been mentors to me, and it means so much that you're here today. How lucky am I to work at a chamber of commerce of this caliber in the community in which I grew up. To the past chairs of the board who are here, I'm trying to make eye contact with everyone. Thank you so much for your mentorship, your encouragement, and your leadership. Again, it truly has formed who I am and how I feel about the difference that I can make in partnership with all of you. To all the members, to everyone who served on a committee in every way. If you've ever wondered if the time that you give to a chamber of commerce or a nonprofit board matters, please know that it does, because not only are you making a difference with your leadership, but you're inspiring the staff teams of those organizations and supporting them as well. This idea of being willing to show up at the courts every day also means being open to being inspired by others. And I thank everyone in this room for the example that you set. You all are my Pete Samprases, my Serena Williams, my Rafa Nadals, truly. So in order for my best tennis to be ahead of me, I have to surround myself with like-minded players who also put in the time, share a common goal of getting better and having fun. So thank you so much to my chamber team. Thank you for what you do every day. You are truly Grand Slam champions. And please, a round of applause for this amazing team that I'm lucky enough to work with. To our current board, to my current friend tribe, you all are priceless. For my best tennis to be ahead of me, I have to be willing to play matches above my level. There's no way to get better without doing that. So some of the moments that I'm most proud of have been those in which I've been tested, helping our organization transition when we lost Bob way too soon. Sensitive advocacy on important issues where there are multiple and competing and sometimes ultra-political perspectives. The world-changing adaptations and steadiness during COVID, hurricane recovery after devastating storm seasons, responding in the moment, adjusting to different styles of play, changing strategies, and committing to leave it all on the court. Any match, any court, any conditions, right, Danny? That's what he tells us. When things seem too difficult, when it would be easy to just do what we've always done because we do it pretty damn well every day, I will remind myself that for my best tennis to be ahead of me, I still have to get better. There's no resting on the results of the last match. It is time to prepare for the next one and support my fellow teammates in doing the same to the very best of my abilities. So, a final way to make sure that this all happens is belief. I have to believe that my best tennis is still ahead of me, and I pledge to you all that I will do that. On your way out, I did make some little goodie bags as I was watching, because of course I did, right? But there are little goodies and treats for any of you that want to take them on your way out. Inside are a couple of reminders for all of us. And some of this, I think, comes with maturity and age and experience and reaching my 50s now, well into them, and not being quite as afraid as I used to be. So one is be a little bit salty. We all need to be a little bit salty. Be a little bit spicy as well, so you've got that in there. Be a little bit sweet, or in fact a lot sweet, so there's twice as much candy as there is salt and Tabasco in these goodie bags. And then finally, believing that there is good in the world, and one way to do that is to be the good. And this was printed on t-shirts at the Center Montessori School, where my children have been lucky enough to go to school until transitioning to Manatee High. And so I just have that as a sticker for you all as well. So thank you so much for this tremendous honor. Thank you to each and every one of you. You guys are rock stars. May your best tennis and may our best tennis still be ahead of us. Thank you so much for this honor.
Well, Jackie, we all want to ensure that your best game is ahead of you. We have tennis balls over there that people have signed. Well wishes and congratulations. The containers are too small. We did not know we would have that many, so we will get them to you. So thank you all for signing them. If you haven't, please do so before you leave today. So as I stand here now, I feel a deep sense of pride and gratitude. Serving as the president of the Leadership Manatee Alumni Association has been an incredible honor. Leadership Manatee is more than a program. It's a powerful reminder of the strength that comes when dedicated individuals come together to learn, to grow, and to lead with purpose. I am proud to say I'm a member of this alumni association and even more proud of what we have accomplished together. To our amazing board, please stand if you're an alumni board member. Thank you. Your commitment, your ideas, your willingness to jump in whenever needed this past year have made us a success. Your support means so much. Before I pass this role to Trey, the pride of Bartow Horn, I ask that you join the Alumni Association to help support Junior Leadership Manatee. It is one of the most important ways we can ensure that the next generation of leaders is ready to carry the torch forward in our community. And I'll leave you with this. Use your deep well of knowledge to do more, to do better, and to grow stronger as individuals and as a community. Please join me in welcoming Trey Horn, your new alumni president.
Right. Believe it or not, but not all horns love the mic quite like John does. I will keep my portion of this program as short as, well, his shorts. All jokes aside, thank you to each and every one of you for being here today to honor such an amazing leader and community advocate in Jacki Dezelski, and to continually honor the legacy of Kent Shulz. I am honored and incredibly excited to be standing here in front of you as the new president of Leadership Manatee Alumni Association. There's at least one of you here in this room today that is incredibly surprised that I'm standing up here. If I were to ask this person to think back some years and ask himself if he ever thought that I would be the student from his US history class that he thought would be standing in front of a room full of amazing community leaders, his answer would probably be not a chance. Think about that one for a few minutes, Mr. Kennedy. Jacki, congratulations again on such an amazing recognition in your career. Much like Ann said, the Kent Shulz Award is not given, it is earned. And you earned this award throughout the many years of supporting our community. I think everyone here today will agree with me on this next statement. Jacki Dezelski is a household name here in Manatee County, and we are so proud and honored to have you in our community. Eric, thank you so much for speaking today on behalf of the Shulz family. There may have been some negotiating involved, and I may or may not owe you something. Eric is a strength and conditioning coach at St. Stephen's and the weightlifting coach, which is where we met almost a decade ago when I started coaching girls soccer there. Eric and his weightlifting team recently collected some hardware for the school. He coached Corbin Franklin on to win a weightlifting state title in his classification, and the boys team placed 5th overall in the state as a team in the Olympic division. The girls team placed 5th overall in the state in the Olympic and traditional division. Eric was also just recently named the Individualist Sports Coach of the Year at St. Stephen's. For his athletes' performance throughout the year, I am incredibly proud to have coached with you at St. Stephen's. Eric, if your dad was here with us, I know without a doubt from the stories that I've heard over the years at this luncheon that he'd be incredibly proud of you. He is with you where it matters, in your heart. I want to express my deepest gratitude to our current board. Your dedication, your time, and your belief in the program has made a lasting impact. You have supported fresh ideas, championed community engagement, and helped strengthen this incredible network of leaders. I won't make you stand up since Ann did, but what I will say to this incoming board, our new team of passionate, driven, and creative individuals, I want to say welcome. Courtney Dakin, Matt, I'm going to screw up your last name, Dezelski, Ken Clark, Carolyn Warren, Josue Batista, and Jennifer Fritsch. If you would, please stand up. I am beyond excited to work alongside each of you. This year, we're not just continuing the great work of those who came before us, we're going to build on that foundation. We are leaning into new opportunities, deepening connections within our alumni community, and finding meaningful ways to give back. From expanding our outreach to supporting Junior Leadership Manatee through scholarships, to celebrate the people and progress that make Manatee County so special. There's so much to look forward to. On a second thought, I would like to retract my opening statement. I guess having the mic is a natural for a horn. Before we move ahead, let's take a moment to show some love and appreciation to the person who has led us with heart, humility, and a whole lot of hustle, Ann Colonna. And your energy and dedication have been inspiring, and you have left this board better than you have found it, or at least that's what ChatGPT told me. All kidding aside, you have been an amazing friend and confidant over the years. You have earned a break, some sunshine, and no salty attitudes, only salty margarita. Cheers to you. If you will come up, I have a little something for you. No margaritas. Figured it was a little early. For all your support. Thank you all for being here today to honor Jacki. Now let's make this next chapter unforgettable. Thank you.